fashion show, Paper World and Christmas World. It was pretty wonderful to see so many brand ambassadors and different product from around the world. It was cold, but not as cold as Seattle. Looking forward to maybe get warmer next week, which would be very, very nice. Okay, today we're going to be looking at the ochres, and I believe next week we'll be looking at the siennas. And the ochres come from two places. They can be natural. The majority of ours are synthetic, and the reason they're synthetic is because they're made for industry. We want them to be absolutely perfect. So we will be testing and looking at those today. And let's see, we have English red ochre, burnt yellow ochre, roasted French ochre, burgundy yellow ochre, geothite, which is brown ochre, Italian deep ochre, burgundy red ochre, fired gold ochre, and Verona gold ochre. So just a lot of ochres in all different flavors. Giovanni, can we start with you?
Yeah, absolutely, John. Okay, today I checked with all the ochre and the mixings with the blues, and I selected with which one blue for mixing and obtain the beautiful shade. And starting with the first is fire gold ochre, that beautiful red ochre, and mixing it with ultramarine blue. Obtain this dark shade. Okay, and the second is light Verona gold ochre. It's very, very light. And mix it with French ultramarine. And obtain this light gray green. And for example, I started, in this case, I tried to change the sequence and apply before French ultramarine and a lot of Verona gold ochre after. And then this dark gray green. The third is French ochre. Is another beautiful shade. And mixing with the cobalt blue for the last session with cobalts. And obtain this strong gray blue ochre and apply the sequence different. French ochre after dark and obtain this dark tone. The third ochre is a burgundy yellow ochre. It's very strong and beautiful tone value. And mixing with a dot of phthalo blue green shade for obtain this green. Oh, sorry for the shadows. Light. And change my sequence with a little dot of phthalo blue. Right after the burgundy and obtain this dark green. Check the difference with the sequencing. And the fifth color is yellow ochre, one of the most important ochre in every palette, every artist palettes for the landscape. And mixing with another beautiful color, lavender, for this gray tone. And obtain it on the sequence after completely different. And another color mixing with is goethite, very strong color. And for example, I'm mixing with burnt blue for obtain this strong brown. And apply the goethite, for example, wet on wet. And check explosion of goethite. I love it. Another mixing is the Italian deep ochre. This color is I use it in many my still life projects. I use it before the using the oranges is a base for my oranges, and mix it with phthalo blue red shade. Very light, and obtain this shade of blue green and apply after another dot. And obtain this. The another mixing is English red ochre. Very strong red ochre. And with another strong blue is Russian blue. And obtain this dark brown. Another mix is Bart yellow ochre. Another beautiful color. And inside the mixing Maya blue. For obtain this shade, apply more Mayan. And obtain this. For example, apply the Mayan before on wet. And Bart yellow ochre after. And obtain this beautiful effect. The last two mixes is a roasted French ochre and cerulean blue. And obtain this shade of gray. And the last one is burgundy red ochre, starting from dark. And cerulean blue chromium mixing. And arrive to dark tone. And apply the last on wet. The burgundy ochre and cerulean blue. And explosion this. Okay, thank you, John. This is a mixes with blues. I obtain a many type of shade. The ochre family is very important for the all the combination in the landscape, portrait, and still life is very important. Thank you.
Very nice, Giovanni.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Any questions for Giovanni?
Thank you, Giovanni. Lovely.
Thank you, Daniel.
I know Giovanni has a wonderful training that very few people have access to. Can you, just off the top of your mind, maybe this is asking too much, can you reference some artists historically that have used this color?
The ochre or the ochre family?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
In the history of art, starting from the Egyptian for the ochres, but in the middle of age, for example, in the Renaissance, and maybe Caravaggio, before for the preparation of the black background, they use the yellow ochre before. Is Van Dyck, many artists.
Thanks, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Giovanni, what's those two colors that you used with the lavender, which ochre did you use?
With the lavender is the yellow ochre. The
Yeah,
mix.
because those makes a beautiful earthy gray.
Yeah, absolutely. The yellow ochre is one of the most important color in the every palette, every artist to have in the palette. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Thank you. You're welcome. Another brand ambassador, yeah.
Sure. Sabina, do you want to go?
Hello, welcome, and hello, John. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
I want to show the ochres, and this is a finished picture I make with the new colors. It's the manganese violet, and this is the amazing cobalt green deep. And here I have the Italian deep ochre. Ochre reminds me always on terracotta, and I love it very much, and on ground. And I have, show you here, the first one, it's the Verona Gold Ochre. And that's a mix with the cobalt green, manganese violet, and the ochre. And the second, it's the French ochre. And here's the mix. French ochre, the green, cobalt green, and the manganese violet. And this green, it's amazing, the granulation. And with the ochre, it's just perfect. I think so. And blue is perfect too, Giovanni. And here, the third, it's just like gold. It's the burgundy yellow ochre. And you see that light shining and this amazing violet. And here with the green. I love it very much. It's very shiny. And the yellow ochre. And here you see brown. And the green is a little bit more olive. And now we have the gothite. It's a brown ochre. And here it comes. It's amazing. I just like the mixes with two colors and the ochre in the middle. And that is the Italian deep ochre. And here we go. Just the cobalt green, the manganese violet, and the Italian deep ochre. And here you see that's the mixes too. Italian deep ochre. And that's the palette from the picture. This is the English red ochre. And that's the amazing rock card. And here's burnt yellow ochre. It's out of line here. With much water, become much granulation. Or more water, more granulation. Roasted French ochre. And a mixing card.
What color is the purple that you're using again?
That's the manganese violet.
So it's one
Manganese.
of our new colors, manganese
Yes.
violet.
It's not on my paper.
No, it won't be. So they just came out. They were released a couple weeks ago, and they will be hitting retailers throughout spring and summer, just depending on where you are. So if you want your favorite store to get them in, just ask them to order them.
Yes.
And
Yes.
here's the burgundy red ochre. It's a very deep golden red shine. And on the mixing card, you see on the edges light red. And I love it. And the last one, it's the
Sabine.
fire.
Sabine, what kind of paper do you use for the swatches, for the mixes?
It's Bauhong.
But is it hot pressed or
Cold pressed.
cold?
Yes.
Pressed. Okay. Okay.
Fired gold ochre. And the last mix. And here we go. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's very nice. I like those
Beautiful, Sabina.
colors.
Shall we have Silvia next, John?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Uh,
Hello, everyone. Good
Hello.
evening, night, and morning. Yeah, I'm playing here with the ochres and following Giovanni with the ultramarine and lavender, just to have the sky for the landscape and the shadows. It's kind of what I think here is kind of an autumn landscape, which I think that with all these ochres, it's very nice. And the idea of mixing this one, English had ochre with lavender. Thank you, Giovanni. So nice. I was like painting along with you. And I think that the result is very beautiful because it has a kind of neutrality that, how can I say this? It cools the temperature of the color for the trees that are there in the horizon. So this is all in my mind. I hope you get what I'm saying. But I use it burnt yellow ochre and also English head ochre to have this warm colors. And I like how they spread here in the paper. And there isn't much granulation here unless the places that I added French ultramarine. So it's very funny to play with these colors and imagine some autumn landscape. Also, one thing that I think it's really nice is the ochres that are very transparent, which I think that only Daniel Smith has this power of like having an ochre like this that won't make the painting feels like opaque. Look at this, it's beautiful to paint walls, old walls and urban landscape of antique buildings. It's so nice. I love it. And also I have kind of link with this because I went to a city called Roussillon in France, and they have mountains with these colors.
Yes, I remember Roussillon.
Isn't it? It's amazing because it's the color is there, and so it brings to my mind, brings everything back. The were you there, Angela?
The whole mountain
Yes.
is pigment.
Yes,
Pure
yes.
pigment.
Yes, and now as I was playing with these colors, I just remembered. Imagine a mountain with this color. It's amazing. And is this natural, John? Can we say that this is, or it's kind of burned? Because it said this is a doubt that comes to my mind. If this color is like a natural color. Because I saw in the mountains. So amazing. And I think that's it. I'll paint along and finish. But the mountains, they are just like this, Angela, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
several
like-
colors. They have got ochres is like a juxtaposition of yellows, ochres, burnt, like all of these colors. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, it's beautiful and it's amazing. That's it. I'll finish this until the end of the live session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can have Angela next, John.
Thank you,
Okay.
Silvia.
Wow.
Thank you. I did two paintings with the ochres today, earlier on. So this is one I did like my free loose style with a hot press paper, because I like this paper. It helps me to have this strong expression. It's this paper, actually. It's Bauholm. And here I have the fired gold ochre in the middle, and also roasted French ochre here. And these are more the yellow ochres, like some of them are mixed, but the Verona gold ochre, the yellow ochre, and the Burgundy yellow ochre, I love them. And on this paper, they managed to have some granulation. I think it's the paper that makes it so easy. I mix them with this cobalt teal blue here, and you see the cobalt teal blue here and here, and also a little bit of lunar black, because I wanted to see how it granulated. And actually, I will bring the camera nearer. I hope you can see what beautiful granulations it all makes. They mix very well with the blues, like Giovanni showed us before. Here, there is a bit of cobalt blue, and this is one of the cobalts that we used last week, like the cobalt violet blue. I think it's dark cobalt violet. And I also painted this one on cold press paper. This doesn't granulate so much. So it is all the ochres, the yellows at the bottom, making beautiful transparent effects here. And the more darker yellows, but especially the red ochres. And I was evolving. This one here at the very bottom is this, the fired gold ochre. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, the camera is where? Here. Okay, fired gold ochre. So here and also here, I'm going to all the red ochres and mixed with only with the cobalt teal blue, and they make a beautiful effect. I don't know if you can see that. Only mixed with cobalt teal blue. You see the yellows are, the yellow ochres are so light and so transparent. And here I have some mixes that I'm making. So maybe while another brand ambassador is participating, I can finish the mixes. Here I will explain that this is the yellow ochre mixed with manganese. Sorry, no manganese, cobalt teal blue. This is the burgundy yellow ochre. They're a bit similar. And this is, again, the same one, but this time mixed with the cobalt violet blue. And here, this is the red. I like this red. It's the, I don't remember the name. I think it's, yes, the Pearl Scarlet red. these two are perylene violet, one with a light ochre and the other one with I think it's Verona gold ochre. No, with goethite. Okay, and so I'm continuing here. The last mix, I like this mix a lot because I wanted to see what effect it did with the lunar black. This is a very light color, burgundy yellow ochre with lunar black. So I will continue to do the mixes while someone else is showing their colors, and at the end I can share that.
And have Ashley.
I think that Besnik had something to
Besnik,
show.
yeah. You can have Besnik first. There you go.
Hi everyone.
Besnik is on.
You guys are hearing me? It's okay?
We hear you fine.
Great.
Besnik,
So,
you're muted.
while all of brand ambassadors
Besnik?
explained about the colors, I did these swatches just right now.
Besnik, we cannot hear you.
I can hear him fine.
I hear. It's okay for Bernick.
It's okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hear you
Okay.
fine.
So here I see different beautiful ochres. The one that really got me like inspired to go further and paint is geotite or geotite. John, how to say it? Geotite or geotite?
Whatever works.
Go ahead, tight.
This one?
Go ahead, tight.
The reason I love is it makes very beautiful granulation. And one of the strongest that I would strongly recommend is these two, Italian and English ochres. All of them I really love, and I will be doing some mixes now. I chose some other different colors. I will mix geotite with rhodonite genuine, and then another mix with fuchsite genuine, and with a cobalt green, rose of ultramarine, and permanent violets. So I will be doing these mixes right now. I will start with geotite. Here. Not so strong. And in here, I am having an inspiration to go further with the rose of ultramarine to see how it will react. Which I suppose it will be beautiful. You already know that rose of ultramarine has a little bit of blue as well. So I let it dry and will repost again after it gets dry. And I will go with another mix, again of geotite, very light color. And I will be playing with fuchsite genuine. I want to see this reaction of these two colors, which I love. Another mix. Now I will change. I will go with Italian deep ochre. First, I'm going with Italian deep ochre, lighter color, not very strong, not too much pigment. And in here, I want to play with permanent violet. Now we mix roasted French ochre. With cobalt green. Okay, I'll leave it like that. I will play here with fired gold ochre. Try to mix it with perling red. The next one is burgundy red ochre. Permanent violet. And I will go the mix of yellow ochre. Again with permanent violet here. Verona gold ochre. It's very light ochre as a color. It's very light. Cobalt green. Do you have time to do another one?
Yes.
Thank you. I will choose then burgundy yellow ochre. Very light color. Here. We'll take fired gold ochre. And perylene red on top, just the dry brush effect here. So that's it. I hope, I am sure after they get dry, they will become much beautiful mixes. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
Thanks, Besnik. We can now have Ashley, John.
Okay. Wonderful, Besnik. Oh, I love the dogs.
Hello. I wanted to read something. So Silvia said something about the Daniel Smith yellow ochre. Hold on, I think my lens is like dirty. Sorry, guys. Okay, that's better. I hope that didn't make you guys dizzy or anything. I apologize. So, back to the color stories. I'm kind of obsessed with these. I'm sorry if you guys are not, but I am. So yellow ochre, the color story, which you can find these on the website, danielsmith.com under resources, I believe. It says that our yellow ochre works especially well with other transparent pigments. Try mixing transparent medium tinting yellow ochre with equally transparent medium tinting viridian. So that's really interesting. And then it says somewhat neutral, yellow ochre reacts beautifully with cerulean blue when spattered into the damp paint. And this is the part that reminded me of what Silvia said. While traditionally yellow ochres tend to be opaque or whitened in other brands, our Daniel Smith yellow ochre is transparent, a property beloved by watercolorists. So I just wanted to point that out. I have found that to be true myself. And I'm working on, so guys, I've had this dog drawn out on this paper for months, and I haven't been able to kind of find the right red. I think it's like a little wiener dog. So cute. And I haven't been able to find the right red fur color until today. So here's the ochres that I have swatched out. And I'm kind of leaning towards two of these. So Italian deep ochre for like the lighter areas, and then burgundy red ochre for the darker areas. So I have those two here. So here's the burgundy red ochre and our Italian deep ochre. This is a really pretty color. I feel like a lot of these colors go kind of unnoticed by the general public, so I'm really happy that we're talking about them today. And these are straight out of the tube. I added a little bit of water, but I just wanted to show you, they're just beautiful. Just creamy and delicious, but don't eat the paint. It's not recommended. I am just on a mess making journey today. So I've already kind of got things going. All I have left to do is the fur. And so I wanted to invite you guys along so that we can get this fur done. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. And I will be quick so we can get back to the others. So let's just go. I think I should do some wet and wet really quick. I want to show you. It's really fun to see how different pigments flow in water. So they're all different. Some pigments are heavier and they don't want to go anywhere. They're kind of introverts. They just want to sit tight. They don't want to travel. And other pigments are just so ready to go and want to push everybody out of the way, right? Like our bully colors we talk about. So it's always really fun to do a little wet and wet and just see what you're dealing with when you get a color that you're not used to. So it's really fun to do some wet and wet, put it on dry paper, and then blend it out and see what happens. So some of my paint is a little bit wet on like the nose and ears. So if we get a little bleeding, that's okay. Happy accidents, like Bob Ross says. By the way, the colors on the ears, this is transparent brown oxide, and the same over here, but I added a little Van Dyke brown in case you're wondering. And the nose is neutral tint and Payne's gray, and then I believe this is Minnesota Pipestone. I love Minnesota Pipestone Genuine for pink noses, pink tongues, pink ears. Such a great, great color. So the head on this dog is a little more, it's a little darker. Hopefully it's still wet. I'm excited to watch this flow. I want some flow today. And I've done this before during Zoom and got like no flow at all. And it was a little embarrassing, but we'll see what happens. So here's that burgundy red ochre. Look at that color. This is a thirsty brush. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's get some pigment. And I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm just gonna put it on the top of the head and let things kind of go. We'll see how far this wants to spread for us. I don't want to go in too far because I've got that light area on the nose. All right, so these are both transparent colors, excellent light fastness, non-staining. This one is a series 2, and they both granulate for you pigment nerds out there. I think more and more of us are starting to, I think that the more you do watercolor, the more interesting the pigment properties become, I think. And if they're not, and you just don't really care, that's fine too. You can be a good artist without knowing all the nerdy, sciencey stuff. But it does help to know your paint. Okay, so I think that was a little thick. What do you guys think? So it does flow. I'm gonna have to go back over the eyes with some dark, but that's okay because darker pigments can layer on lighter value pigments just fine. Lift it out there. How fun. I'm so excited to try a new color today. This is a new color to me. You know, us brand ambassadors, we have our dot cards. We have kind of like our colors, our go-to colors, but we still love exploring. And I can speak for all of us when I say that. I know that we all love to explore and try new things. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry, and while that's drying, we're gonna go on and do our Italian deep ochre, and then I will pass the spotlight over to somebody else. So let me do that really quick. Let's do a little bit. I will drop this into some water just to see how far it kind of, isn't that interesting? Like that one didn't want to flow as much, but I also maybe had a little bit less water. There's a whole bunch of variables involved in that, in how far your pigments flow. So now I'm just brushing it on dry paper. Let's just get it on there. Somebody was asking in the comments earlier about making your own ochre by mixing. And they were just saying, can you do that? Absolutely. You can make your own any color by mixing. And it is really fun to do. I highly recommend it. But I'm just going to say this. It is so nice to have colors ready to go, especially if you're doing plein air or you're traveling or you're doing a ton of pet portraits like I do. It's nice to have these beautiful convenience colors just ready to go. So you can just start painting without a lot of thought. So I'm definitely going to have a lot of work cut out for me. The red is like really, really, really bright. So I'm going to be doing some lifting. And then I'm going to take some of this burgundy red ochre and I'll be bringing it down in here so that we can kind of even things out a little bit. But this was just a really good way to show you these two pretty colors. So maybe if we have time, you can come back and see it. But I'd love to pass the time to somebody else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Shall we ask anyone else from the audience, like Anna, Bill, or whoever has watched along?
May I share?
I just wanted to comment on Ashley's dog, Ashley. It's so much fun how you're painting, but especially when you were doing the brush, I was feeling like it was licking, with the tongue. The dog, it just looked so much fun. So, and it's amazing. I love your work. I just let me show my I just swatched. And I was following all the blues of Giovanni and then the reds. And a couple that I even put in the Viridian that they were just saying, just to sneak in. The hematite genuine, I think nobody mentioned it, but this one, this combination is one I use a lot for the buildings here in Europe that they are, you know, like the French chateaus and all that. It is amazing ochre with hematite genuine, and I don't know if I can there. You cannot see the granulation too well, but it's amazing, and also for sand. So, but these are I haven't tried this one, and it's really cool, the phthalo blue. So thank you, Giovanni. That's all. That's all I did today.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. It's very fun.
Thank you, Anna. So we're gonna show everyone's swatch.
May I share for a moment also?
Oh, yeah, sure, Anne Marie.
I know that when we purchase a new color, and you can see I added a second top cam also, so you can see it clearly. When you purchase a new color, you want to be able to play with it, including the current colors that you already have in your palette. And I wanted to be able to share with you the process of doing that. So here I have the ochres that are here in this. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I have the Verona gold, burgundy yellow, yellow ochre, goethite, English red earth, which was apparently not an ochre, burgundy red ochre. And then I start mixing it with the colors that are already in my palette and that I regularly am using to see how they interact so that you can see the beauty of the sodalite and the granulation. You can see the beauty of the rhodonite and how it interacts, and even with the granulating turquoise, and it's still moving. And then I started, of course, thinking about complementary colors, the purple. So like Besnik did of the rose of ultramarine, trying to see, okay, can I see these colors start separating? Can I put goethite and see it's granulating with the separation of the rose of ultramarine, the sodalite pushing the granulation with the goethite, etc. So I want to encourage you as you go through this process with your colors. If you go to the store and you purchase one more and say, hey, I'm going to explore this now that everybody's talking about it or not, and how to add it to your own pigment list and start exploring with it and just see what range of colors can I get within and push the range that I've already got, because it's a joy to add one more friend to our palette and see how it interacts and see what unique characteristics we can be discovering. Thanks for letting me have a few extra moments.
Thank you, Anne Marie. And so we're gonna invite, oh, which reminds me, Anne Marie may have to send us a high res of this grid as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have Veronica and then we have Lo. Okay, go
Hello.
ahead, Veronica.
I'm sorry I don't have the ochres. I just have the yellow ochre. But well, here is yellow ochre, and I have to tell you that this hematite violet, I love it. I really love it. But this I did it yesterday, this snake, and I wanted to share with you. I don't know how do you know what are you going to do so I can have something, because you know I do something else and you have always different as me. But well, I want to share you this lovely snake.
We will start putting it out earlier.
What?
We will start putting out the colors earlier so you'll know.
Okay, thank you. Well,
You're
this
very
is
welcome.
I really love this color, John. Thank you for having it.
You're so welcome. Thank you for using them. I love the snake.
Thank you so much.
So pretty.
Very nice.
Over to
Hello,
you,
Mom.
Lo.
Hi. So I love the idea of taking that yellow ochre and mixing it with another natural material, the walnut ink, and then took a note from Geo with the lavender and the ultramarine blue added into the mix. And I just love the textures that those little combinations give. So thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And just a side comment, John, I think Lo did a recent post of a unique mix. You go ahead and check it on Lo's Instagram. But if you have it on hand now, Lo, you may want to share it. The one that you
with those
posted of
olive
it.
colors? All right, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah,
Did you
is
mean the
that it?
olive ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again, with that last one with the walnut ink, it was the walnut ink with cascade green, and the way that that blue just falls out, it's so pretty. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna add, show everybody's swatch.
Oh, very nice. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Nice colors.
Oh, you guys do such great work. The dog's coming along.
Thank you.
Silvia's there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Giovanni, I like that work, Giovanni.
Wow.
Slows as well. And
I love how we
Anna's.
can take the same colors and everybody makes something so unique and beautiful.
Yeah. Very nice job.
Veronica's.
Oh,
That pretty snake.
it is, right? It's vivid.
Thank
It's a
you.
vivid snake.
Love it.
Angela keeps on doing space scenes. Those are cool.
I have to show you a Katrina I made, but in another time I will show it to you.
Very
It's very
nice.
beautiful because your tallow green, the yellow tallow green, I really love it. You have to see it in a pure way.
Would like that very much. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for taking part. Brand ambassadors, thank you so much. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Lowell. Thank you, Anna. It was great to see all of your work. So I think we have Andrews is on tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Andrews is the artist tomorrow. Andrews is, boy, he's a funny guy and just an awesome painter. So I think you'll like to see him if you're able to see Friday. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for showing your artwork. And see you either tomorrow or next week. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
John.